Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
I have her all day for once. And we're going to talk about Twitch and Twitch removing the blind playthrough tag after disability criticism. And this is one of many interesting developments over at Twitch. Twitch has become very activist-minded.
Yeah, and I really don't think that there were a lot of blind people yelling about this.
I don't think anybody was complaining about this. Maybe one or two people, but Twitch is trying to be very politically correct, and this explains so much. We're going to talk about the bigger issue going on at Twitch, that Twitch is changing. In fact, Twitch is becoming a platform more for activists than for gamers, or at least, hardcore old school gamers, which might explain some of the wacky decisions, the bans, all the stuff that they've had lately that changed their terms of service, the deer lady running amok and all of this, because Twitch is becoming the video version of Twitter. In fact, there's an article out there talking about how Twitch is going to be the Twitter of the 2020s.
Oh, yay.
So, yeah, hang on to
Get the hell off of Twitch.
Hang on to your antlers. Hang on to your antlers, guys. Before we get into it, please give us a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We talk about pop culture news and views. We do rant from time to time. And from now through December 10th,
yes,
Geeky is buying lots and lots of toys for underprivileged children. It's going to the Salvation Army. She's using proceeds from her shop to buy these toys in addition to money we're kicking in.
Right.
Some of you have already bought the signed Clownfish pins. That money went to buying toys. And if you check out her shop, there's a link on our Twitter. It'll take you to her shop. She's got all kinds of stuff on there that you can buy. And from now through the 10th, right?
Yeah, because it's the last day I can turn stuff in.
Okay. Through the 10th, all the proceeds will go to buying more toys. And we've got our back room, which is eventually going to be used for our online store fulfillment's now filled with toys. So that's kind of cool.
I'm trying.
She is trying. So let's talk about this first. Twitch removes blind playthrough tag after disability criticism from Kotaku.
Well, first of all, explain what blind playthrough would mean.
Blind playthrough means that you've never played the game before.
Right, you heard the term I'm going in blind means I don't know, I've never been there, I've never seen it, I can't see it, you don't know what you're doing. That's been an expression used for many years, and that's what they would do. They would use the hashtag because they're like, I never played this before, you're going to be watching me play for the first time, I'm going in without any knowledge of it, let's see what happens. But that apparently is wrong, probably because some white women had a hissy fit about it.
Probably. So here, yeah, they're talking about the tags on Kotaku, and they also tie into Twitch's still rudimentary but increasingly prominent recommendation system. Until recently, blind playthrough was one of the official Twitch tags. Now it's not. Blind playthrough was meant to be applied to first-time run-throughs of games,
right?
With the implication that the streamers don't want spoilers. So if you're playing an RPG or you're something like you don't want people in the chat telling you, so-and-so dies, so-and-so's a bad guy, whatever. However, Twitch removed the blind playthrough tag following concerns about ableist language. Today, Twitch community and creator marketing director Aaron Wayne acknowledged the change on Twitter. Happy to see Twitch has listened to everyone.
Everyone? What, like 12 people?
Might be more than that, because we're going to talk about the direction that Twitch is going in and why, if you're an old school hardcore gamer, it might be time to go someplace else.
Okay, but my question is, if they're saying they want to have more inclusive language to the community, are they still using mute when they mean to silence something?
Oh.
Because how dare you? That means people can't speak. Yeah. So are you offending all the people out there in the world who can't speak when you have mute on your phone, mute on, any kind of platform where you're muting the sound and you say that? How very dare you? How very dare you? Actually, mute, I think, is much more used than blind playthrough. If you're going to get pissy about something, I think that would be a lot more relevant than using blind playthrough. Because, frankly, if I'm going to be honest here, I think that people that are blind are probably not playing these games. And if they are, or if they want to know about them, they're probably listening to them and listening to people talk about them and play them, so they feel included in that. And they probably aren't that offended by the term.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna call it?
I don't know. Now they're saying you can use first playthrough or opt to use it in combination with no spoilers for the same sentiment. Previously, the blind playthrough tag received criticism over disability connotations in June. Able Gamers COO and Twitch partner Steven Spone discussed the tag in a thread about disability terms and negative language.
Yeah, I see these people on Twitch all the time using the term autistic all the time to describe people that they don't like or whatever. And it's like, I meanwhile have relatives who have autism and don't appreciate that. But, you know, where's the big backlash for that?
Give them time. Give them time. So this is what he said. He said blind playthrough or going in blind can easily be replaced by no spoilers playthrough or undiscovered or first if it's your first time.
What is it called? Virgin playthrough.
Oh, I don't know. Just as we used to say gay when something was bad, using disability terms as an alternate word for negative situation or feeling is common.
How is this a negative situation? You're just basically saying, I haven't played this before. Don't spoil it for me. How is that negative? I have not seen it. I am going in, you know, without seeing it. I haven't, you know, I'm playing it blindly. How is that negative? It's not like you're calling blind people names.
Because somebody said it was negative.
It's not like you're saying something, using gay as a negative term or autistic as a negative term or retarded as a negative term, all of which I have problems with, by the way. It's not like you're using those as a negative term. You're not using it in a negative fashion where you're just like, you know, stop being, you know, blind or whatever. You're not using it in a negative way. You're just saying, I haven't seen this before. I'm going in blind to play it. I don't think a lot of people that are legitimately blind are going to get pissed about it.
I don't think so. But this is 2020, and we're going to talk about the direction of Twitch because this feeds into a bigger issue with Twitch. Just to follow up with what he was saying, he said, I'm happy to see Twitch following through on promises to address and resolve issues and concerns from the disability community. He said on Twitter, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Yes, it is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Because as I went down the rabbit hole, now we knew something was up with Twitch because their terms of service have been pretty draconian lately.
Yes.
And we've seen a lot of people get banned.
For no reason. They didn't even know why.
Stupid stuff.
What had the word, what was it? Poop or something? What was the word he had?
No, sheet. Instead,
sheet.
Yeah.
He had sheet in his username. Sheet.
Piece of sheet. Yes.
You have sheet in your username, and that got him removed for no reason other than the fact that the name was bad. Even though other people, as we pointed out, actually used the word shit or had sheet in their name, and they were still allowed to be on.
They weren't flagged. They didn't have the following he had.
Right.
That's probably what was going on. Of course, you know, Dr. Disrespect, still one of the most nebulous bannings on Twitch. We don't know exactly what was up. I think he was just too problematic for Twitch. His audience was too problematic, and he was costing them too much money. So there were a lot of issues going on with Dr. Disrespect. But what they're saying, this is even coming from Inverse, they're saying Twitch is becoming more and more political, and it's going to become the Twitter of the 2020s. This is coming from Inverse, which is a very far left.
If it makes it that far.
If
it starts with this shit, people are going to jump ship from it like right away. So this is an alternative that people feel more confident in. Twitch is going to go down the drain. Look what happened to Tumblr. Tumblr was on Tumblr until Tumblr became problematic, and then when they started putting guidelines in that they didn't like, they all ran to Twitter. So it's just a matter of time.
So, you know, politicians have been using it, and they're seeing an increase in live streams that are not based on gaming, but are actually based on politics.
I'm surprised. I want to say AOC, of course it is.
Yeah, so, I mean, this kind of explains, this is kind of the unified theory of everything, right? Because Twitch, you're seeing all these bannings. You're seeing the terms of service go crazy. You're seeing the...
it's all nebulous.
Yeah, it's all very nebulous. You know, talking about AOC, again... On Twitch, AOC tapped into the future of left politics. Other politicians are jumping on board. You know, we had the situation with the Deer Girl earlier in the year and all the banning and the hey, I'm going to report you, whatever. So I stupidly thought Twitch was just sort of giving way, moving away from gaming and into the Twitch thoughts, the women that shake their boobs for money. And it's actually...
No, that's OnlyFans now.
That's OnlyFans, right. It's actually becoming more of a political platform. Lots of articles on it.
Twitter, you're going to be in trouble. Everybody's going to go to Twitch. And then what are you going to do, Twitter? You're going to be the new Tumblr.
Well, this from Forbes. Just, last month, I didn't even see this. Twitch viewership is up 14% because it was dropping for a while once, the gamers left and they went to Mixer or whatever. it had been dropping off a cliff, but now it's up, and it said it's led by Just Chatting shows, which are basically podcasts, which are basically streams like AOC's here. And you get down here, and they said, October viewership on Just Chatting got a big boost from politics in the U.S. presidential campaign.
Yeah, but that's over. So they got a big boost when the elections were going on, and now that they don't need to show the shit out of it, and they don't have the big bad that they were using this whole time, what are they going to do for hits?
I don't know. Find something else. They said the top streamer in the Just Chatting section is Hassan Abi, who I'm not familiar with. I do not follow overly political YouTubers or streamers, but going out to his YouTube.
On either side, we don't.
No, we don't. But going out to his YouTube channel, he's talking about Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens.
Okay, so basically all this dude is doing is finding the people, the key people that everybody's mad about, and just going and making videos about it is all he's doing.
Yes.
So when the big bad's gone and Harris is in office and everything else, what are you going to bitch about?
Yeah, I've wondered about this because we talked about this with a lot of these, pop culture news outlets that are, banking on the Trump hate. And when he's out of office, what do you talk about?
Exactly. He's going to be out of things to talk about. So, people said, well, you're just getting off on the pop culture hate. Well, what are we going to do when that ends? We have all kinds of plans for when that ends. We'll just go back to creating stuff like we always did.
But this is really interesting to see, though, that's what is picking up on Twitch. And look, you're going to attract a certain audience. And this explains so much. This is sort of the again, that unified theory of everything. Why is Twitch inhospitable to old school gamers now? Because they're not the right kind of people, because the Twitter people who were the Tumblr people are now coming over to Twitch.
So basically from Tumblr to Twitter, now they're going to Twitch. Absolutely. So if it starts with a T, you're fucked. Sorry, Mom.
If it starts with a T, you're fucked. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, he led the Just Chatting category in October, thanks to his ability to convey political commentary in a manner more relatable than pundits on network TV. Now, if YouTubers who are on the right do that, they're called alt-right Yahtzees.
Right. Well, even if you're not on the right. If you are leftist, but you don't have the extremist sensibilities, you are an alt-right Yahtzee, as we have found out many, many times.
Yeah. His success speaks to how traditional media and brands need to be where the next generation of viewers are, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, or something similar.
It's so funny you say that, because these are also the same people who are screaming about the fact that everybody's going to YouTube and listening to people like us. Because people are trying to find more unbiased or less biased outlets. And places like Forbes have a strong bias. So that's probably why Forbes isn't doing too particularly well. And they're going to Twitch and YouTube to find people's opinions instead of reading Forbes.
Pretty much. But yeah, look, even this
learn to code, Forbes.
This is a college article from 2 days ago. And we see that they're obviously all about the activism, and they're talking about their own Twitch channel.
But they only picked up 556 viewers over 6 weeks. I'm like, that's not great.
But,
I'm just like,
but still, you see what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like, more schools, more activist types are going to go over to Twitch, and we're going to see certain things happen because of that. Okay, so case in point, Noelle Stevenson, she streams on Twitch over the summer. I thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, this isn't a gamer thing. Like, I had not been paying attention because we actually left Twitch like a year ago. We'd streamed Clownfish TV Gaming over on Twitch, and we're like, Twitch is kind of a joke now. Yeah. We're just going to stick to YouTube, maybe Facebook. And, Noelle Stevenson does this live stream on Twitch. And of course, we know how that ended. It ended badly because she got called out from.
And that was on Twitch, which I didn't realize.
Was on Twitch, making a slavery joke.
So is she still streaming on Twitch, or has she stopped doing it?
I don't know. I think she probably would be afraid to stream on Twitch. But yeah, we had Dr. Disrespect, who was one of the biggest stars on Twitch, get gone. He's over on YouTube now. He's pulling in, thousands and thousands of people on YouTube. As long as YouTube doesn't go batshit crazy. But it seems to me like, just looking at YouTube seems to be where mostly normies go, right? And a lot of the channels that take off on YouTube do tend to lean, center or right. much to the dismay of mainstream media.
Or they're not. They're most of the ones that do well don't even cover that kind of stuff. All they do is do stick figure animations and
stuff like that, right?
And they eat weird stuff and then try not to throw up, that kind of stuff.
Do their nails or whatever. But, it's been a tough one for, I think, left-wing political activists to crack YouTube. So now they're going over to Twitch. And they're bringing that audience with them to Twitch. And again, there's just everything.
So now Twitch is going to be ruined. I'm just telling you now, get out while you can.
Yeah.
You think Twitter's bad? Twitch is next. It's already heading that way. Like I said, they went from Tumblr to Twitter, and then they're going from Twitter to Twitch. So run. So
this is Dr. Disrespect. He can't say anything. Said on Twitter, which I wouldn't have. He was talking about, he was kind of dissing mobile gamers as not being a serious thing. And he's like, I spent $200,000 on his setup in his studio, which I can believe. The guy makes millions of dollars.
Right, and I believe it too for the expensive. That stuff needs to, it's expensive.
People were so pissed at him. But
why? Did he spend a lot of money?
Because he's dissing mobile gamers, and people are like, well, we don't have the money to game like you game, Dr. Disrespect. It's like, not his problem.
Yeah, and they honestly think socialism will fix that.
Yeah, socialism's not going to get you $200,000 to go buy top-of-the-line computers to game on. But, I mean, again, we're going to see more of this. We're going to see more people getting banned for stupid reasons as the audience changes, and that's what's going on. I thought it was changing into OnlyFans. No, it's becoming an activist
It started to
platform.
head that way, and now it's going in a completely different direction. It's like when you saw AOC, that was a Biden Island, and she was on, wasn't she on Fortnite or something too? I don't even remember. I think she was in Fortnite too, I'm just like, really? Okay, whatever.
Yeah. So this is what's going on, guys. This is why I think we're seeing decisions like this be made with Twitch. I don't have any desire to go back to Twitch.
No, I don't even watch Twitch. I don't care.
It's Twitter with video at this point.
I barely am on Twitter anymore. So, but apparently Tumblr is all right now.
Yeah, I've heard Tumblr's actually cleaned up its act. I mean,
we should go over to Tumblr and just hang out there now.
$3 million to buy Tumblr. I'm like, we could have made a couple phone calls. We could have got the $3 million to buy Tumblr. Probably. I would have bought Tumblr for $3 million. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's cleaned up. So what's going to happen is they're all going to move from Twitter and they're going to move over to Twitch.
So give it a year and Twitter will be fine too.
Live Journal to Tumblr to Twitter to Twitch. So just stay away from these sites. You have to stay one step ahead or wait until the locusts have already blown through and destroyed it, and then then it's safe to go back. But I can't recommend going to Twitch. I won't anyway because their terms of service and their banning
everything's
is so random.
It's very random. It's not explained. It's very, when you ask for explanations, you get none. It's just very it reminds me of why we don't do Patreon. It's like we say these are the rules, but we'll decide on a case by case basis of whether or not what are the guidelines. Well, we can't tell you that. And it's like, well, then I'm not using your service.
Ironically enough, both Twitch and Patreon back in the day when we did webcomics reached out to both of us.
Yep.
To get us to help get them off the ground. And neither one of those platforms I can recommend because once they had their audience build up, their the amount of eyeballs build up, they basically turned on their core audience. To
chase people like this.
To chase people like this. This is what they want.
They can have them.
Yeah, there you go, guys. I can't recommend Twitch. Gonna wrap this up. No more blind playthroughs, I guess, on Twitch. Can you still do
that? That was the whole point of the whole thing that went down another thread. But yeah, blind playthroughs. Again, you're not allowed to use it because they're going to try to work very hard to stop with these disability insults. So I am fully expecting them to all take away the word mute in regards to silencing your phone or lowering your volume. You now cannot mute things because that is a problem. You cannot say no. You no longer can say redhead stepchild.
But you can't say silence either because silence is violence.
Right. So,
unsound. We're going to call it unsound.
Unsound.
Just call it unsound. That's what we're unsee. It's an unold game.
I just think it's funny too. And this might be, and people might get mad at me for this. I'm sorry. But I just think it's funny they're mad about blind playthrough because I don't think a lot of blind people are playing in these games. I could be wrong. And if they are, that's fantastic. I think that's the coolest thing ever. I love it. But I really, from a normie perspective, I don't think a lot of them are playing these games. I can understand them wanting to listen to them. And then so they feel like, because they can still play or they can hear what's going on. And I think that's cool. That I can see. But I don't see them all getting offended by it.
I think it's probably a handful of activists or people getting offended on behalf of people they think should be offended, which is kind of offensive because you're putting words into people's mouths.
Well, they use the terms oversized for anything, or wouldn't that be fat shaming?
Yep.
Or this is there's not much available, so they might say that that makes them kind of about being slim or skinny. Wouldn't that be offensive to skinny people? I mean, quite frankly, any term you ever use ever is going to be offensive to somebody. So why bother?
Yeah, I just think that there's going to be a lot more offense taken on Twitch as time goes on. So we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Okay, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.